It's still going. I'm live. There we go. I know now nobody's on this one, so we gotta hop on over. I'm gonna wait for everybody to get over here. It's a very unfortunate situation that it would do that, but it wouldn't let my live that I set up load. Not exactly sure why that was the case, but hopefully you guys will trickle over from the other live and get over to this live because I don't know why. Hey, hello. What's happening, John? I'm sorry about that. I don't know what was going on. I know 7 of you had already hit the like button. Get back over there to the like button and hit it. I'm sorry the other live didn't work. I had set it up ahead of time and I clicked the live and it was just buffering and buffering and buffering and it would not load. And I was like, come on, man. I'm here. I'm ready to go. And it would not load. Let me turn this on to get better light. But now I guess it's good. So that's that's positive. Hey, what's going on, Omad Caroline? So again, I don't know why the other one didn't work, but it didn't work. So we'll move on from that now that everybody's trickling in. I appreciate all you guys. Hey, hit that like button, guys. You were at 7 before I even got on the other stream. And because it wouldn't let me on that stream, I got ripped off all those likes. So make sure we smash this because I want to hit 50 likes during this live. And that's the goal. So you guys in the chat, I want you guys to turn up and encourage people as they pop in and they start chatting to hit that like button for me. What's going on, Omad Dad? Good to see you. Oni, good to see you. Good to see everybody. JC, nice to see you. I appreciate all you guys. I got 10 questions that I want to get through. So I want to answer those questions and I want to hop right into those. And then if you got questions, drop them over on the side and we'll get to theirs too. Couple quick shout outs, guys. Since they're on right now, Omad Dad, if you didn't know, he has his own YouTube channel. Go over and check him out when we get done. Omad Caroline, she's doing amazing. John, they all got channels. So if you haven't checked out their channels, check them out. So as you guys pop in, hit that like button for me. Remember, Super Chat is available if you so choose to use so. You're not obligated to do so. It would be appreciated if you did. So the first question that I have is from Miss Lafayette. I don't see her on here now, but hopefully when she comes on, we can tell her on the playback she can watch it. But she said, do I have any advice on how not to give up on fasting? Sometimes the scale can be so discouraging. And I think this is a really good, solid question. And it's a question a lot of people have because, we all have these different expectations. And then we watch shows like The Biggest Loser and shows like that, and we see these reality things, and we go to other people's YouTube channels and we see people dropping these massive amounts of weight in a short period of time, and we say, well, I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing OMAD, and I'm not dropping tons of weight here. And so the question here is a matter of managing your expectations. And so understanding that 1 pound is a win, a half a pound is a win. These things aren't losses, they are huge successful wins, and that we can't get it all in one day. So if Miss Lafayette, the first part of your question is if your expectations are too high, then that's what you've got to do. You've got to rein back your expectations and know that any loss is a good loss and you're moving forward. And even sometimes not gaining in a week is just as important as losing. So there's that element of it too. So keep those two things in mind, but also keep in mind that you don't have to weigh yourself daily. I think daily weigh-ins and fasting can be dangerous sometimes, depending on your attitude and your understanding. If you're going to take the whole week and do an average and see what you lost, that, and you do a weekly average, that's one thing. But your weight is going to fluctuate, especially if you're a female. So your weight's going to go up and down on the scale, depending on what time of month it is, depending on how much stress you had, depending on what the sleep you had, depending on the water you're retaining. And so you don't want to panic yourself into weighing yourself all the time. I used to weigh myself once a week. Now I'm weighing myself probably once a month. So the less often you can do that, the less often, the better off you're going to be. So that's just the way that I feel about that. Hopefully that was helpful. You guys let me know if you got any other points in the advice in the chat. Let me catch up on the chat for a second because I know a lot of people said hi to me. What's going on, Rose? It's good to see you. Vape, what's happening, man? Good to see you. Hey, how you doing? So everybody is trickling in. The scale has been an enemy for 5 or 6 weeks. Sometimes it is. Maybe even take a week off of the scale. Just walk away from it and see what happens there. hopefully you're in one of those whoosh situations and you'll catch back up soon, but it's all about for me weekly weigh-ins, those daily weigh-ins, and everybody's different. I know a lot of people feel like if they're not weighing in daily, they don't hold themselves accountable. And I feel like, weighing yourself once a week is less stressful. And the less stress you can have in your life, the better off you'll be. Just so you guys know, the stress level in C-Dub's life's off the roof, man. My job has been tough, especially this last week. So I can understand. We have days, man. Today was probably the worst day I've had as a professional, and I don't even know. I mean, ridiculous. But didn't turn to food. I made it through. So, we all have those times and we all have those moments, and we just have to keep grinding and keep going. While I'm reading question number 2, well, let me catch back up a half a second, but make sure you guys, 20 of y'all, smash that like. I need 50 likes this live, 50 likes. So it took you a while to get in the mindset. Thanks to Chris, you finally got it. If you're not gaining, you're winning. No, that's exactly right. If you're not gaining, you're winning. And 1 pound at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 ounce at a time, just keep moving and understand things should be dropping. And then make sure you're doing your measurements. Make sure you're looking at your clothes and seeing how they work. Because sometimes the scale's not moving, but our body's changing, which is important. You weigh in every Saturday morning. Yeah, I used to weigh in every Monday morning, but it doesn't matter. You pick whatever day you want to. I liked Monday morning because it dictated the whole week for me. A lot of people like to weigh in Friday to see how they can manage that weekend. That's a thing too. Like, am I going to be really slack this weekend? Or am I going to live a little bit, and you can make that judgment due to what you weighed during that time. You don't weigh by yourself, go by your clothes. I think that's a good idea, less stressful. Good to see you, Christy Omad. You're only doing a once a month weigh-ins. That's what I do right now, once a month. So it's always a good thing. JC, that's awesome. Hey, look, it's the wife. Say hi to the wife.
Hi.
Hey, hit that like button for the wife. Let's see that thing move up. Bringing the wife in. So, boss lady, okay. Oh, my dad, how do you feel about food tracking apps? I used MyFitnessPal, but I didn't really track my food. I tracked my weight in it. I think that food tracking apps can be helpful if you want to make sure you're managing your calorie content and you're good to go. I think it can definitely help for people that are in a bit of a plateau. For me, though, I'm not a food calorie counter. I actually have a question about calories later, so I'm going to hop a little bit into some more details on that. But I do think, food tracking apps can help some people for sure. You do it Monday to keep yourself accountable. Yeah, hey, wifey.
We're going to go check on our children. Bye.
They're going to go check on our children, make sure they're sleeping. Okay, or getting ready to sleep, I guess. How cold a temperature makes you dry fast? You guess. Okay, so yes, calories. Melissa, I'm talking about calories in just a little bit. Somebody asked me a question. So Sarah, and then after Sarah's question, guys, I'm just letting you know the questions that I had roll in, I forgot to write down names. My bad. So if you asked the question, I apologize. I didn't write down your name. So Sarah asked, how long before you got used to OMAD did you feel bad in the beginning? So basically, I do think it's different for every person. For anybody that's seen the previous channel, about 2 weeks in, I switched to from a 16.8 to a 20-4. And then about a week later, I was into OMAD. I had no trouble adjusting to it. I don't quite know why. It's just the way it was. I think it's different for each person. I know one of my subscribers, Tattoo Vegan, said it took her 8 weeks. I've heard a couple other people say it took 8 weeks. Maybe Caroline can mention how long it took her to get used to it. I think every single person, OMAD Dad too, these are great resources in our chat to kind of say how long each one of them took to get used to it. But I think before I stopped feeling hungry might have been a month, but I'm the wrestler's mentality, I just kind of gritted through it. So, that's just the way that I guess it went there. You're going to work, you'll catch the replay. All right, see you in a bit, catching the replay. I appreciate you watching the replay. I certainly do. You're looking forward to losing inches. Yeah, losing inches is everything. It really is. Measurements, I'm telling you, man, non-scale victories. I've had some great victories on the scale, but the non-scale victories, man, they mean the absolute most. So today was day 3. Not too bad. It's getting much easier. Yeah, and it'll continue to get easier. I think it's 90%, not more than 90% mental. I mean, we obviously have been we've been, for the history of mankind, not eating often. And it's just now that we've allowed our food addictions to get in the way. And OMAD breaks us of those addictions. So it's amazing. So, hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Good morning to you too. I know it's what is it, 5 in the morning there, 6 in the morning? I appreciate you waking up so early to spend your morning with us. I really do. Clothes are getting looser. That's awesome. I appreciate it. It started off slow. You just skipping breakfast and shorten your window to OMAD. How long did it take you, Chrissy, to get used to it? When did you feel like OMAD was not a problem? Maybe you can let people know that. 5:42 a.m. That's amazing. I appreciate you getting up so early to check me out, man. It means the world to me. Non-scale victories are the best. All right, let's get to question number 3. How long, and again, this is similar to the last question. It's how long did it take me to get used to it? So again, I just kind of answered that. Probably 3 weeks, maybe a month before it was gone. Am I strong-minded? I do think that has something to do with it. But the next part of the question is the interesting one about this question. But I do think I'm strong-minded, but I don't think that you have to be. I think you can get used to it. I think wrestling my whole life, it's a very tough sport. It's very physically demanding. And I think I got used to pushing through things. So it wasn't as tough for me as it may be for others. But here's, I think, the important part. She said that she went on a juice fast for 29 days and the doctor made her stop and was having the trouble adjusting. Here's the thing that I'll say about the juice fast. Juice fasting is not eating, and it's not eating enough calories, and it's breaking fasts. That fasts are good for you. So when you're fasting for a long period of time, it's okay. Your body puts protective measurements in place. But when you're juice fasting, you're breaking your fast, and your body's not putting those same things in there, especially if you're juicing multiple times in a day. You will lose weight, but your body will break down muscle, and it will do some things that it wouldn't do if you were sticking only to water. And you're not breaking yourself of that sugar that you would on a longer term fast, because obviously the juicing has sugars. So ultimately, the juicing could be the reason why your OMAD is so difficult. And if you get out of your system and you get to just water, I think you're going to have better results. So let me catch back up in the chat and then answer the next question. You've been doing it for 2.5 weeks and it's getting easier, and it will get easier and easier and easier. And yeah, Zeb, it's good to see you, my buddy. Zeb's got a channel too. He's trying to get out there. So make sure you guys pop over and check him out. Only 14 likes, 32 people. We're not even half our people hitting like. So please hook a brother up. All right, you're 3 weeks out. Non-scale victories have helped you accept it. Hey, that's what you got to do. And soon you're gonna, Nicole, you're gonna break that food addiction and start feeling better, and it's gonna be good. Your husband is 4-time state wrestling champion. Is he really? Wow. OMAD Caroline. I had no idea. But I started wrestling at 5 years old. I've been coaching for 20 years, Caroline. So you can tell your husband, he and I, we're cut from the same cloth. Wrestling is just an amazing, amazing sport. Have I answered your question? I have not. You are the 9th question, if you can hang in there. Okay. Well, I can address it now. You're going to the top of the thing. Here's your question. The question was, when age should you start doing OMAD? So what age, if you didn't get that, what age should you start doing OMAD? And so your body does one of two things. You're either catabolic or you're anabolic. You're either growing or you're shrinking. And while you're growing, you shouldn't do OMAD. So once you stop growing, you're fine. So if you're thinking about it, a male can grow to 22. A female can grow to 16, 17. I don't know exactly what the ages are there, but you're probably safe if you just look at that 18 years old kind of range. You don't want to do it when you are still going taller, because there is no evidence on whether or not that could stunt your growth. And if you do think about people way back in the day when they weren't eating, they weren't very tall. So that is something, your body is going to get taller through nutrition. And if you are cutting back on how much you're eating, you might not grow as tall. So my concern would be, if you are young, to make sure that you are getting enough nutrition to get rolling through that. So if you are asking a question, I will try to catch up in a minute. I'm rolling through, though, to the next question here. And this was an interesting one. No one has ever asked me. I've never addressed on this channel. And the question was, what do I feel about meal replacements? And he gave an example of a meal replacement company, and I looked them up and I looked into the product a little bit. But here's the thing. Meal replacements are fine to a degree, but you got to remember meal replacements are normally designed, and he said for OMAD, normally designed for 3 of them a day. And in OMAD, you'd only be eating 1 of them, and the calorie content would probably be on the low side. And being liquid, it's probably not going to increase as much hormones as actually chewing it. And the other issue you're going to have is just the delight, the enjoying your meal. You know, drinking your meal doesn't seem to me like it's as pleasurable as drinking it. Now, could you do that if you're in a hurry or you need to do something? Absolutely. Meal replacement could be something you do, but I don't know that it's something you should do on a regular basis. So that's what I think about the meal replacement. I mean, it can be done. Should you do it? I don't know. I wouldn't, but that's just me. You're you. So, you know, let me cruise back up and try to catch up to some of these. You're addicted to Diet Coke. Okay. Did I answer the question? Being addicted to Diet Coke, if you get a blood sugar reader, you can see if it affects you. It may not affect you, and it may not be that big a deal. Keep in mind that if you are drinking diet drinks during your fast, not only could it break your fast, but also that your body does have to break down the coloring of it. And if you're drinking it all of the time, your body is going to struggle through a little bit of that. So that's something you got to think about. Yeah, wrestling family, that's amazing. You lost 90 pounds. Hey, congratulations, guys. If you didn't already, turn it up, man. In the chat, 90 pounds. That's awesome. Definitely congratulations on that. I love hearing when you guys are losing it. You have a major allergic reaction to meat supplements last week. Your face swelled up twice. So you'll be doing videos about that again. Look, if you never saw his channel, guys, he also has a channel. My Carnival Theory has a channel, and he's got a channel with some of his food reaction. And oh my God, man, his face will swell up. It's definitely something that you might want to check out. By the way, we're at 24 likes. The goal is 50 while we're live so that YouTube spreads that out. We're almost halfway there. Somebody hit that like and get me halfway, please. Do I have loose skin? No, yeah, sort of. You know, I show this every time, but see that on the bottom of the arm, there's a little bit of loose skin there. You know, there's very little, definitely not anything that I would be worried about. So, and I don't think you should worry about loose skin. I think that worrying about loose skin is a little bit ridiculous. So worry about getting healthy. That's the way that I feel about it. You know, forget your skin. Maybe that's why you've been moody or feeling up. Okay. Let's see here. Maybe it's been a while. Okay. Same comment. Loose skin, 60 pounds left to lose. 60 pounds. You're already down 90. You're over halfway. That's pretty dope, man. I'm proud of you. You don't have any. Yeah, you guys can talk and share each other's loose skins, those that have lost weight. Yeah, hopefully you'll be able to take some pictures and make a video on it. Yeah, I mean, dude, your face gets jacked. I don't know how it happens, man, but you got to figure out what you're allergic to for sure. Have you ever thought about maybe doing an elimination diet and doing a long-term fast? This is something you guys can do. Do a fast of more than 48 hours and then reintroduce one food at a time and see how your body reacts to it. That's called an elimination diet. So you can see, okay, how does my body react to greens? How does my body react to meat? How does my body react? And you can get a better feel of how you feel if you've broken a 48-hour fast out and then reintroduced food one at a time until you figure out what foods are making you feel bad or that you're having allergic reactions to or that aren't quite doing you the way that you want to be done. So that's just something for you guys to think. I think fasting helps with loose skin. It may not. I mean, there's not enough evidence to say that it does because there's both ways. With the loose skin, a lot of people say fasting guaranteed to help it. And it's like, there's been people that have fasted for multiple amounts of time that have major loose skin issues too. So I think it more has to do with your genetics, but I don't think fasting hurts it. And fasting will recycle some of your cells, and your skin, does have cells in it, and it may eat it up, but it creates a lot of blood vessels and things that got to shrink back too. And if they don't shrink back, it just isn't going to work out for you. But again, what is better, being obese or having loose skin? I will take loose skin every single time, no doubt about it. You think you can drink coffee without creamer? You don't think you can drink coffee without creamer? Is that break your fast? Of course, creamer does break your fast. Here's the thing. First of all, if you're doing intermittent fasting for weight loss and not a lot of the side benefits, the creamer doesn't matter because you're restricting enough calories to continue to lose weight. Now, in the beginning, if that's the case and that's what you want to do, you don't want a lot of the autophagy and a lot of the benefits that fasting can bring you, then just cruise through and lose weight for a while, because what's going to happen is eventually you'll get over the creamer. I promise you will. And even if you never do, if you get down to your goal weight, it's all good. Maybe throw some fasts in there and you know, eventually you'll get there. But creamer does break your coffee. I got another similar question later on that I'll address too. That's going to be interesting. Can you add apple cider vinegar and unsweetened into unsweetened green tea? Apple cider vinegar generally is not going to make your liver react. So they say it doesn't break your fast, but ultimately it does break your fast, but not enough to put you out of ketosis or not enough to put you out of autophagy. So, but a very little amount. And of course, unsweetened green tea, you can throw it right in there. If you want to be safe with apple cider vinegar, you can always just have it with your meal, but it's generally not going to do anything to break your fast. So hopefully that helps. A slice of orange in your water. Okay. A slice of orange or a slice of lemon in your water outside of your OMAD window is probably not enough of a liver response to break your fast. It is calories, so it's breaking, on one hand, it's breaking your fast because it's a calorie, and that's what a calorie is going to break your fast. But it's probably not enough to get your liver to react to it, so you'll probably be okay. But if you're squeezing that orange and getting a lot into it and a lot of that sugar, yeah. And lemon is better than orange, just in case if you need something to break it up, lemon would be the way to go. But, that's just the way that, to talk about it. Good luck on the 120-hour fast, man. That's hardcore. I've never even done 120. The most I've ever gone 72. So good luck with that, man. You don't like tea. Okay. almost 19 hours. Good job, man. That's good stuff. Yeah, the lemon, man, the lemon is going to be most likely okay. Does mouth freshener? Okay, that's a good question. And it depends. If you're putting mouth freshener that has that you're spitting back out, it could make your liver react to it if it's very sweet tasting, and it's going to vary person to person. So if your body thinks it's taking in sugar, it's going to start secreting insulin, which terminates your fast. So you got to be a little bit careful on that, but most likely no. Now, taking a mint or something, though, can 100% break your fast. So you got to be a little careful on that. But ultimately, you probably are okay with a mouthwash, especially if it's something that's not sweet, that doesn't have a good taste to it. You're probably going to be okay. So yeah, I think drinking your apple cider vinegar right before your meal is definitely something to go. Can dehydration cause food addiction? Because the cold theory of hunger, energy, and high anaerobics. I think dehydration causes worse issues than food addiction. I think food addiction simply comes because we eat the mess out of sugar, and our whole culture is built around sugar. And I think that's where we get 90% of our addiction to food from. And I think that doing long-term fasts break it. And I saw something interesting the other day. I'll try to link this in the video if I can remember after I publish this, but I coached a guy in wrestling that's dad is a subscriber to the channel years ago, like a decade ago. And his sons wrestled for me, and his daughter was one of my wrestling managers. And he's always been into fitness, but he saw my weight loss, and he's been tampering with intermittent fasting. He's older than I am, and doing really well. So he started asking me questions, and he's been into my channel for a long time, but he sent me a personal thing and said, you want to watch this video because it makes a lot of sense. And it was a guy that has 1 million something subscribers saying why he eats one meal a day and why he tried it out. And he's not a one meal a day channel. He was just in this one video, and the video was from years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. But the guy really talks about how he went on a fast I forgot if it was 72 hours or 48 hours, maybe it been a little longer than that, but how it reset his eating and how he didn't crave the things that he wanted. And I feel like it's the same way. I feel like my eating has been reset too. So I think if you're going on a long-term fast, sometimes you can reset those food addictions. I think the Fasting Fat Man talked a lot about that too. So if you feel like you're super addicted to food, a 48-hour, 72-hour fast, you may not feel like you're coming out of it on the other side like it's a bad thing. So and you have boiled eggs and salad with oil sauce in the morning, then have one meal in the evening. I mean, you're going to break your fast in the morning and have one. Here's the thing with splitting meals. So a lot of people I do think about this. They're like, well, I'm only eating twice, but because your meals are so far apart, you spike your insulin, even though what you're talking about is you want to do something that's high in fat and low in carbs. So you're like, I'm not going to spike my insulin that much, but you are still going to spike it. So it's going to knock you out of your fast, and then you're going to come back in and then, get going. Now, even if you eat really clean, no carbs, really low, keto, super strict, and you're able to keep your insulin so it's a little small bump, so it doesn't bump you out of ketosis, and then you have your meal at night, you will reap the benefits of the weight loss side of it, but you are going to sacrifice some of the benefits that you get from just simply not eating and just simply not making your body switch its hormones. So you can do that, especially if you were going to go do something like that day, like hike or something that you needed some extra energy and you felt like, well, I'm going to stick to a really keto kind of meal and stay in ketosis and then come out, but give myself a little more fuel and then come out later and eat. It's not going to kill you. I wouldn't do it on a regular basis. I think you'll get better results if you're going to eat twice, if you do it in a 20-hour window or even a 16-hour. Let me get another question on my list before. Loose skin is the question. Wrong side. That was previous one. Okay. So meal replacements we just did. Okay. Here's a really good one. Branched chain amino acids. Do they break your fast? And so I want to hop into that. 43 people on here. Smash that like button. We're over halfway to 50. Let's get me up to 50, guys. Do what we can to get those likes up to 50. I would appreciate it. Every time you hit it, YouTube's putting it out in front of more people that have subscribed to me, because not everybody that subscribed to me seeing that I'm on live right now don't know why YouTube doesn't, do better at that and say this guy's live and send it out. But I want to make sure you get a chance. We get a chance to get this video out to more people. Thank you for the 2 people that just hit it. Keep on hitting it. So branched chain amino acids do break your fast. That's it. I know some of them say they don't have calories in them. I know some of them say whatever. They do break your fast. Best to have branched, and they can be helpful. They can be a helpful supplement. It's best to have branched chain amino acids during your eating window. So if you want to do branched chain amino acids, take them while you eat. And if you go back on my channel, you can find a video. I actually did it. It's dedicated to Steve, which I just talked about a minute ago. He's the one that just sent me a video. He had asked me to do a video on supplements. So I did a nice breakdown of branched chain amino acids and every other supplement you can take and whether or not they break your fast. It's probably 6 months old now. So you're going to have to scroll down on my page a pretty good amount, but you can find that video. It is there. And it does go into more detail, but branched chain amino acids do break your fast. Take them while you are eating and you'll be good to go. And they're a big thing amongst people that like to lift, but just do it with your food. Okay. The next question I got was, the smaller I get, is it harder to fast? The closer I get to an ideal weight, is it harder to fast? And no, I think that it's easier to fast. I think it's easier to fast every single day that you fast. I think that it's no different than lifting weights. There were guys like Gandhi that fasted all the time and weighed like 110 pounds. There's just been several people in the history of time that were big fasters and were super think. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I think it's just getting your body used to 2 things. You've got to shift all your hormones, and that is not easily done. So let me go ahead and hop back up in the chat. I know it's been a second. I got to scroll down. Scroll back up a little bit. All right. Doctor, the women for hormone reasons. Doctor said hormone reasons, but you feel great during OMAD. I don't think OMAD is bad for women. I've heard people say that, but I don't. Talk to OMAD Caroline. I think she's doing fantastic. Several other women, 6 Miles for Supper, lots of other people, man. Look at that, about to hit 50 people, man. That's amazing. There it is, 50 people. Thank you guys for joining me today live. I appreciate each and every one of you. Okay, OMAD for life, but it was a hard mentality for you to decide to go into maintenance. You have trouble stopping because for the rest of your life, it's been almost 9 months. No, I think that everybody's different. I'm going to do OMAD forever, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to, or whatever. I've used my dad as an example. I see my uncle popped in. By the way, my uncle just finished his first 48-hour fast, so turn it up for him over there. That's Tom Wyatt over there. So, but you guys, I think that my father, for example, was doing OMAD. He got to his goal weight and he didn't want to continue to lose, and he kept losing. So he got off and he started to do 16-8 a couple of days a week and a couple of days of OMAD, and he's been doing that and he's fine. I think that you can adjust, but for me, there's no reason to. I just feel like it makes life simpler, and and it works for me. And so I'm going to keep doing it. And I feel like if it's not broke, don't fix it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case for you. So I think as an individual, you've got to balance yourself and kind of figure out what it is, and whether or not you want to keep doing it. So it would also be cool if I did a video on introducing maintenance in a smart way and talk about the emotions surrounding it. Yeah, I could talk about maintenance and stuff in a video. I think that would be a good idea. I do got a video, no video tomorrow, so people can watch the replay. Video coming out Friday. The video coming out Friday is really a good one too. I think, just to let you guys know, it's on food associations and how OMAD breaks that. And what a food association is like, I go to the movies, I have to have popcorn, or I go to lunch with my friends this day of the week, or when I see Joe, we go get a donut, and that's kind of a food association. It's things that you do that come with food, and how hard that is to navigate, and how eventually OMAD breaks that kind of mentality. It's a good video. So I hope you guys check that out on Friday morning. It'll pop at 8 a.m. And then Saturday, I haven't filmed yet, so maybe Nicole, I'll take your suggestion. I've got a few videos on backlog that I got to film, but I do think it's something that would be good. I think a lot of people do enter maintenance, and a lot of people want to know what to do when they get to maintenance. So good suggestion. A half a teaspoon of baking soda, potassium, cold therapy. That's good stuff. What's happening, Gabe, man? It's good to have you on, brother. I appreciate you, man. I do. Gabe is the man. All right. Thank you for the great work you're doing. You're really helping a lot of people. I'm trying to, I appreciate you saying that, Ms. Lopez, what's happening? What's up, C-Dub? Do I take multivitamins? I do not take multivitamins, just to let you guys know. I don't think there's any problem with taking them. I would take them with my meal. JC, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. JC, I appreciate you. She's amazing. Thank you. Again, I can't say enough, but multivitamins, my wife takes them, but it's never been something that I was, really looking into. You said Gandhi's in starvation mode. No one wants to look like him. I was just making a point, man. Hit that like button. Thank you, JC. Thank you so much. You're awesome. OMAD is wonderful. It is. You're also see a kidney specialist doctor is on board, always with if. Okay. Nicotine is there, no calories. I'm not quite sure what you mean there, but hey, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, but hey, the uncle did do a good job, man. He did. We appreciate him hopping on too. 48 hours. And I don't know if he wants to drop his age over there, but he's not a young man. So to hit 48 hours, he wants to get some of that autophagy going, which is good. Does vaping break your fast? Good question. Yes and no. Vaping, it can break your fast if it's a flavored vape that has calories. It 100% breaks it. No doubt about it. If it's just straight vape, it's not going to break your fast. But if it has nicotine in the vape, it will break your fast. Nicotine, believe it or not, creates a response in your liver. So vaping with nicotine does break your fast. Vaping without nicotine does not break your fast, but flavored vapes with calories does break your fast. I hope that answers your question. You can also go back. I did a video on 5 things you may not know break your fast. I talk about vaping a little more in depth. But yes, vaping can break your fast, but also, you can make it so it does not. But again, John said, he's been doing well vaping. That just because you're vaping and it's breaking your fast, you guys got to understand this too. Your body's going to react to the nicotine or the vape or whatever. So you're going along here and you're fasting. Your body's going to react and it's going to get back down to baseline. It's not going to kill you. And so if you're having results, then don't sweat it. It's not something you need to sweat too much. But if you hit that plateau, it's something you need to consider that maybe if I keep my insulin at a baseline a little bit longer and get rid of the vaping, maybe it's something that I can do. So it's all about balance and it's all about figuring out the sweet spot for you. But technically, it does create a response in your liver. You jumped back to OMAD last week, man. That's amazing. We appreciate having you back. Okay, you said you're not even close to your calories if you think you're losing self-control and it's screwing up your mentality and things. Well, Matt, hopefully you get it going, but I think it's just don't be so hard. You just got back into it. Hopefully you moved into it slowly. If you didn't move into it slowly, back up a little bit and go back to maybe a 16-8 and work your way back to OMAD. And that may help you out a little bit, and be good to go. See, you said movies equal nachos. See that you need to watch the video tomorrow. Because that's kind of the way we are about so much in our life. We associate one thing with another, but I don't want to blow it. And it's not tomorrow. My bad. It's Friday. So, but smoking in a fasted state is much worse for your health. 100% smoking is worse for your health. 100%. That's not even a discussion. Again, it goes back to like creamer in your drink, vaping, Diet Cokes. So many people out there, so many YouTubers, so many influencers will tell you, oh my God, you suck. You're a loser. Get off the thing. Just quit. Man, you don't even want to try. You're not trying to be healthy. Get out of here. They're all wrong. If you have to do something that bends the rules a little bit, do it. Get healthy, please. Please. Now, we can start adjusting crap later. But get on a fasting regimen, start getting used to it. Rome was not built in a day. You can't kick every single habit you've ever had in your life just by waking up tomorrow and being like, I'm doing it. You got to move into things in your own time. And each one of you is going to be different on that. And so if you need some creamer, for God's sakes, whatever, do it. Just get fasting and figure out the creamer later. If you're vaping and you're worried about, just get through the fasting and worry about the vaping later. You're going to get so much confidence from doing OMAD that you're going to be able to tackle vaping. You're going to be able to tackle no creamer in your drink. You're going to be able to tackle the diet sodas. You're going to be able to tackle the world. Nothing will stand in your way, but you need to get on a fasting regimen. Just saying. All right, we should do some research into it. You've been reading Narcotics Anonymous for Blood. Okay, socially, is it really hard to do OMAD sometimes? Absolutely it is. And you can adjust your window for social events, but you got to just sort of in a way be honest with a lot of people. There's no problem too meeting somebody up, going to a restaurant and having a coffee with them and not eating. You've got to, you can still keep the social side of it and you don't have to, feel like food is the only way, And you can come up with excuses in the beginning for that, or you can just break the science out while you're there, say, hey, listen, read this article and break an article out. Give them one of my videos, Do something you got to do to get them to understand that it's not as bad as they think and you're doing the right thing. And you'll find out people will support you. Your doctor said take a multivitamin. I think multivitamins are great. I think you should take them if you want to feel better. Absolutely. Social events, hop back on the following day. Absolutely. You can do that too. You can always take a day and fix whatever needs to be fixed and move back. What are your thoughts on the snake diet? He is hardcore. If you go back just a couple of videos, you can see my video, all my thoughts on the snake diet. But with that said, I don't think Cole's a bad person. I think there are people that think Cole's a bad person. I think Cole's trying to help people, but I also think he wants to say things that are controversial because it gets more views, it gets more attention, it gets him places. He's made it all the way to, I believe, the doctors on TV. So he's been on TV to talk about fasting, and he would not be there if he didn't call people fat pigs, and he didn't call people sloppy, and he wasn't controversial. So I think that that's his angle. I don't respect that angle. I feel like I want to give you a hug through the camera. May sound cheesy, but I want to be there for you in support of you, and I want to lift you up. I don't want to pull you down and make you fight up. I want to lift you up. And if I never get the views that Cole gets because I'm trying to help in a positive way, I guess that's cool. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get it. But I do think that especially military people like him a lot. I think that, he is trying to help. And if somebody lost weight because of him, then he's done a good job. But on the other side, if somebody stopped losing weight because he made them feel like they were crap, I'm not sure that's good either. So, it is what it is. I don't have, I don't have anything against Cole. But it's not my style. I think, calling people pigs isn't really doing it for me. So, but you can check out my 100% all my thoughts on him on that other video. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can vape on your meal. Absolutely. You need to stop smoking. Yes, you do, my brother. Yes, you do. Smoking is just something you got to stop. You will be able to challenge yourself. I agree with Caroline. You will be able to move mountains that you didn't think you could move before. No doubt about it. You smoked for 20 years and switched to vaping and stopped cigarettes. That's a good thing, man. You just keep it on, man. And eventually the vaping will probably go, your taste buds have changed dramatically. You still love cake and ice cream, but you crave meat a lot more. I've never really loved cake, but ice cream is delicious. No doubt about that. Guys, hit that like for me. We're almost 11 likes away. 11 likes away from my goal, man. Don't make me get off this thing without it. Yeah, see, Cole was on the doctors. And again, man, hey, John, big hug back at you, brother. Again, Cole, he's doing his thing. He's obviously got a lot of people that support him, and he's made it very far with it. And I'm sure he's helped a lot of people too. I just would rather do it with positivity. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do it with unicorns and rainbows. You know what I'm saying? Like there's enough crap in this world that I don't need to crap on it too. You've been vaping for 5 years. Yeah, I mean, you guys just keep working on it. Just keep working on it. How are their calories? I don't really understand that aspect of it, but I think I'm okay. Babe, let me say this. Maybe there's not, but there's the flavoring. Makes your insulin secrete in some situations. If it's like a candy flavored type vape, your body can feel like that is candy. And then it instantly reacts to it and releases insulin. Now, something to be said for doing it for so long, like you have too, your body's probably used to it and now knows it's not candy and may not react to it. So what's going on, Black Snow? Thanks for joining us today. You guys, just as an FYI, I don't know if you guys know, but I did smoke when I was a kid. I used to smoke and wrestle, if you can believe that. But I got rid of it back in the day. But it is something that that can control you. But I think all you guys in time can get over it. But first, get your fasting regimen down for sure. All right. So then the next question that I got was, what is my favorite meal? And so, I love so many meals. I can't even list. Man, thank you. Thank you, Lopez. Thank you, Ariel. I appreciate you. You are, man, you guys, the super chats are amazing. I appreciate every one of you. I'm happy to be a part of your journey. I got your back. You need something, let me know. Thank you again so much. You're amazing. My favorite meal, I have lots of favorite meals, but I think chicken parm would probably be my number one. If I had to eat one meal the rest of my life and I could only eat one thing, it'd probably be chicken parm. But, who doesn't love pizza? Who doesn't love steak? I love steak. So, it is what it is, but a big old piece of chicken parm, man, there's not a lot better than that. So the next question I got was, how long was it before I saw my body change? And, that's a tough question. I don't know if you guys saw my recent video on body dysmorphia, but seeing my body change I may not see my body change. I don't know. I knew that video wasn't going to do well. I knew that video wasn't going to put as many viewers as my other videos do, but it was an important video to make because I know some of you are going to go through this, and I know some of you have already gone through it, but I literally still see a fat guy. And so it's very difficult to know when I saw my body change. I saw it more in the clothing I was putting on. There's many examples. I bought a shirt on my honeymoon, and it was the smallest shirt they had, and I couldn't get it on. And if I put it on now, it falls off of me. Those kind of wins. I saved some clothes that I had from way back when I was skinnier, and those clothes are a win. And when I see pictures of myself, every time it's a win. When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't see what the pictures show me. I don't know if so. When you say how long was it before I saw a change, I don't know if I did. I think everyone around me saw a change. I think I saw it again in my clothing and in my photographs. But physically for me, part of me still feels like a fat guy. And I don't know if that is something that I will get over. My dad watched a video and he called me and he said that he read in an article, a medical journal, when he was in pharmacy school, that if someone loses a dramatic amount of weight, it takes 8 years for them to see themselves skinny in a mirror. Now, that's not the case for everyone, but just as an average, it takes 8 years. So, if you think about it, most people gain their weight back in 5. I'm not going to be one of those. I'm crushing it. I'm going to keep my weight off. But it may be 8, it may be 10, and I may never see myself thin again because I spent 20 years disappointed in myself. I spent 20 years heartbroken. I spent 20 years not knowing what to do. And that you can't reverse that in a year. Or now I'm almost 2 years in. I don't know if you guys realize that, but I'm close to 2 years. Oh my God, Caroline. Super hugs. Thank you so much, Caroline. Caroline's awesome, guys. You guys get over there and subscribe to her channel. Look at this amazing woman. She's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Caroline. But I want to continue to touch on this for a half a second because I think you guys are going to go through this. So it's just something that you've got to know that's there, but you've got to push through it. And you've got to understand that the person, how do you put this the best way? I think that we don't understand when we're morbidly obese how we got there. Everyone says you just ate too much food. And of course, scientifically, they're right. You ate too much food. Okay. But why? How? What happened? Why did I keep eating? How can this person stop and I'm not stopping? Why am I going to make bad choice after bad choice after bad choice? And so when you are in that mindset, you don't have answers. So it's easy to look into yourself for the blame. And I think that in turn makes things difficult for you, even after you've lost the weight. Now, with that said, I'm on top of the world. I feel amazing. I know that I'm skinny. I know that I did a good job. I can see it in the pictures, but when I'm getting ready to get in the shower, I don't see it. And that's going to always be there. I'm telling you, that's going to be there, or at least going to be there for a while. But the bottom line is that doesn't matter because ultimately my outward appearance, I don't care anymore. What I care about is the fact that I've put myself in a situation where I feel better. And that's the thing I think most of us miss out on is this weight loss thing is going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel better. You're going to wake up in the morning feeling better. And if you're feeling better and you're grinding through your day with a better, more positive attitude, the world gets better. And it stops becoming a dark place and it starts to become a place of light. And when you get into that place, I think it is huge for you to be able to sit back and reflect and how important and how proud you are of yourself. So the look that I see in the mirror doesn't compare to the pride that I have because I'm glowing with pride. So I hope that answers your question. I don't think you need to look for a change in the mirror. What you need to do is keep grinding. That's what you need to do. Just keep grinding every day and change your life. And the person that looks back at you in the mirror is always going to be your hardest critic. Always. You are always going to be hardest on yourself. So just understand that, get from the get-go. But when you get to the place I'm at, you're going to have a lot more pride. So let's move on from that question. Got tons going on in the chat. I promise I'm going to get back to that. But I already answered the question about age. I think when you stop growing is when you should start looking into fasting. Before then, not so much. The next question is really important because they said they've been eating 1,500 calories and they wanted to know if 1,500 calories was too low and would they start losing muscle? And this is a really difficult question because I want you guys to understand that every one of us are different. And so if you're a 105-pound, 21-year-old, 5'3" female, 1,500 calories is perfect. If you're a 310-pound, 40-year-old male, you're probably going to be eating your muscle. So you have to understand that whatever, few things to understand. TDEE is not perfect. It is just an estimate. Calories are not perfect. They are just estimates. So when you have all of that to kind of look through and counterbalance, there's no perfect science to it, but you shouldn't be less than 1,000 of whatever your TEDE says. That's just it. So if you take that number, you subtract 1,000, and 1,000 is pushing for 2 pounds a week. Anything more than that, you're going to slow down your metabolism. I think 500 is a better number, and then exercise the other 500, especially if you're feeling a little better. If you're morbidly obese, get 1,000 under that thing, and you can start cruising down in the right direction. But 1,500 calories can be too slow. And if you do eat too less, you can put yourself into a situation where your body will go after your muscle. But again, not too much to worry about when you're doing it with OMAD because your body releases so many hormones that protect your muscle during your OMAD time. So got through those questions. I got to roll back up on the chat. 45 people. I appreciate you guys. We're at 41, 9 likes away from the goal, guys. 9 likes away from the goal. Let's get to the goal. Come on, hit that like button so we can smash out 50. If we smash out 50 today, I'm going to be a happy, happy guy. I'm already super happy from the super chats. You guys are amazing. I love all of you guys. Thanks again, JC and Ariel and Caroline. You guys just wonderful. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry, but I can't even say how much that means to me. I appreciate each and every one of you. And boss lady, I don't want you to think I was hard on myself there. When I was talking, I was honest. I wasn't hard. I love who Chris Wyatt is. There's my full name right there. C-Dub, if you will. I love who he is. I love what he's done. I love all of his accomplishments from my beautiful wife and family through my wrestling career. Don't necessarily love my profession, but that's life. And I love this YouTube channel, my weight loss journey, and everything I've done. I'm very proud of the things that I've been able to accomplish in my 40 years. But I do got a lot more to go. So I wasn't being hard on myself. I know I've had some downs, but I'll get there. Ask C-Dub, interview him. I can't remember his name. It's his name is Countless Calisthenics. Dan. Dan's a good dude, man. I know he's can be a little bit over the top too. If you've never seen his channel, he's a vegan minimalist, and He's a good guy, man. I talked to him for a long time. I think he interviewed me for almost 2 hours, and we talked for probably another hour. And he sent me 2 or 3 emails just to, ask me questions or say thank you or talk about whatever. Very open-minded too. A lot of people that are as hardcore as him don't associate much with people that aren't like-minded. I'm not a minimalist, and I obviously not a vegan, and he's way open-minded to both of them. So, but way open-minded to me, not being both of them. So. He's a good dude, good channel, good guy, no doubt about it. Does do some controversial stuff, has a little coal in him, but not quite as much as coal. Good dude. All right. Let's see here. Boss lady, you're feeling the fasting blood sugars in the morning can come way down. Yeah, a healthy alternative was look, if you've never been to a healthy alternatives channel, guys, I highly recommend Chris. He's got a wonderful YouTube channel. Big time into fasting. He does a lot of long-term fasting. If you have long-term fasting questions, Chris is the guy to take them to. You know, besides the fasting fat man, he's probably done more long-term fasting than anybody I know of. And he has just a wonderful, like I said, a wonderful channel, interviews wonderful people. And he did interview me. The interview's great. It's over an hour again, you know, and Chris wants to come on my channel, but he's got 68,000 subscribers. It's very hard to find a time now that I'm working and coaching wrestling, find a time that he's available and I'm available. That's a little bit on the tricky side, but I'm going to try to get Chris on the channel. You know, it's just, I had the same problem with Kayla for a while. You know, Kayla, super busy. She's got 30 something thousand subscribers. So the bigger channels get, it's harder for them to find some time to sit down with the little folk. You know what I'm saying? But hey, hopefully it won't be a little folk too much longer. But you know, I do plan on getting Chris on the channel. I'd love to get Danny on the channel too to talk about veganism and talk about, you know, his weight loss transformation. He didn't lose any weight, but this is a guy that's been raw vegan, I'm pretty sure, for like ever. And he only weighed like 100 and something pounds and was skinny. And he put on like 35 pounds of muscle and looks great now. And he did it while still being a vegan without adding meat in, just to prove that it could be done. And so, you know, he definitely did a good job. You guys can see his transformation video. It's got 1 million something views on him going from skinny to buff. I mean, he's definitely not terribly, he's doing pretty well. I'll just put it to you that way. 43, let's get it rolling. Thanks for popping in, Diamond. We appreciate you. You know, or not, Miss Smith. Okay, the OMAD family. Hey, it's good to see you. I can't wait for the video. Yeah, I can't wait for her next one too. She's great. Head over and check out her channel. You should do more interviews. I would like to, you know, Tattoo Vegan. I really would. And I think I will in time. I think, you know, more people, the more my story gets out in front of people, the more my channel grows, the more my story will get out there, the more people will be interested in interviewing me. I could see a day when a lot of the more famous, both intermittent fasting and fitness people, will want to sit down and have an interview with me. It just takes time. You know, people don't, it's not that people are upset or try to ignore people that are smaller. I don't think it's that. I just think that getting your video in front of their face is harder to do. I don't know if you guys saw, but Autumn, what is Autumn's name? Autumn Burns, maybe, has a YouTube channel that she's a nutritionist. And she has a YouTube channel, and she called me out, and she has a decent amount of subscribers. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's under 100,000, but she's doing very well for herself. And she did a video on OMAD, and she said whether she thinks she should or shouldn't. And she was kind of leaning towards the shouldn't on the video, which, you know, I disagree with. But in the video, she said, if you need more information, check out Taking Down Fat with C-Dub. And she put a little thing up there and mentioned me in her video. So, you know, the more, and that's without me ever speaking a word to her. So the more the channel grows, the more we'll get in front of people. And someday people like Simlan, you know, they're going to call me up. They're going to say, hey, come on the channel. But, you know, today they're not doing it, but they will. I promise. We got to just keep growing. And you guys keep spreading the word. You guys keep smashing that like button up, you know, right there. That like button right there. Keep smashing that bad boy. And that will help us get out there to more people, and that'll get me in front of more people, and it'll give me some more interviews. So any problem sleeping with OMAD? Not here. It actually helped my sleep. I'm getting less sleep, and I'm feeling better through my sleep. I used to get up and pee all the time. I'm not doing it as much. I think it's helped me. If you're having trouble with OMAD and sleeping, maybe you're eating too late, too close to the bed. That's something that can happen too. So that's something to just think about. Let's see here. Does anybody else watch Diamond? Yeah, Diamond's the best, man. She is Miss Smith. Her singing, she's just wonderful. in the middle of her journey. If you haven't checked her out, she's got some pipes on her. I'll tell you that. No doubt about it. Okay, it says, yes, you have lots of secret watchers. Yeah. Okay. For some reason, you'd like to thank you, Tattoo Vegan. You are amazing. Such a supporter of my channel. Thank you again. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna tell you what, man. The love I have for you guys is just amazing. Thank you so much again, Tattoo Vegan. You're just wonderful. Thank you. Thank you all. JC, for some reason, you like and JC showed me some love earlier too. You're awesome. For some reason, you like what you ate in Nomad videos. I don't think you do those. Do you? I do have maybe 4 or 5 on the channel of what I ate. I have taken a few pictures of it. And let me just tell you guys what this is all about. So in the future, you kind of understand, because it's probably the number one thing people request is that I do these videos where I show what I eat. The problem is, if I sit down and video what I eat, it takes 5 seconds. So I feel like in those videos, I'm filling with a lot of fluff. I mean, one time I went out and played football with my kids and put it in the video and showed us cook a teeny bit and interviewed my kids about their homework. And it's a vlogging kind of thing more than it is a sit down and let me give you some information and motivation. And that's where my strength is, I believe. As a YouTube content creator, I believe my strength is in giving you information and giving you content that's helpful and motivating. And so when I do the food videos, I feel like I'm a poor man's vlogger, whatever you want to call it, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the vlogs are interesting. Maybe that's something that more people want. They certainly do well. But what I was thinking about doing was I was thinking about going through and taking several pictures and then just talking through the pictures as something I do maybe once a week or once every other week. But I also am slightly boring these days. I'm eating a lot of steak, a lot of chicken. So, I'm like, okay, do people really care that I'm eating steak and chicken? But it does seem to be something that the viewers want. I'm always about helping the viewers out. So I'll look into adding that together. You can give me your thoughts on my vlogging stuff. Watch if you've never seen one, JC, scroll through. I actually have a what I eat playlist. So if you could when we get off of here today, go to what I eat and hit the what I eat playlist. And maybe we'll get an opportunity to kind of see what that's all about, and move on from there. It's interesting for you, daily vlogs are interesting, and maybe you guys, when we get off of here, go to the replay. And if a few of you comment down, maybe I will do a daily vlog. I do think there's some interesting times that daily vlogging, John, man, the love, dude. Thank you. Thank you, John. I appreciate you too, man. You guys are amazing tonight. I'll tell you what, I don't know what to say. You're blowing me away. You guys are blowing me away. John, again, thank you. You are awesome. Thank you to everybody that super chatted. You guys are just awesome. This channel is appreciating your support, and I continue to grow it. But leave me some comments to let me know if you want to vlog, if you want me to do a couple of vlogs. If I get a lot of comments on it, I'll do a vlog. I think it would be interesting to vlog through maybe a day, even when I'm coaching. Like me getting up early, going through the daily thing, meeting the team, the talk to the team. You know what I'm saying? You guys, I think you guys would find it highly interesting to see me as a wrestling coach, because I'm a little more cold than I am C-Dub. And not in a bad way. My language may not be Cole's, but, I get on them kids, man, and they love me to death, man. And the relationship I have with my wrestling family is awesome. So, maybe a little bit of that, and show you the stuff in the hospitality rooms and the stuff that I have to pass over. Because when I'm at a wrestling tournament, there's pizza and pasta and soda and donuts and cake and just everything you could ever imagine for the coaches. And so I could walk in the hospitality room and just show you these spreads, and you guys would be like, oh my God, how are you even not eating right now? And generally when I wrestle, I coach, I don't even eat that whole day. So it'll be interesting. Okay, I got to block somebody. Hold on a second. It'll be interesting to get that done once I figure out how to block this dude. Okay, man, blocking people is not my forte. So, remove, hide this user. Sorry, dude. All right, and then now that hopefully that cuts the chat to where I don't have to see him anymore. You know, there's always a troll. I'll tell you what, somebody out there literally sits on his YouTube channel and waits for live videos to pop up so that he could go on there and just be a jerk. It literally just happened. Little old C-Dub, barely 2,700 subscribers, and the guy's got to come in there just to be a jerk. And the bigger I get, the more of that nonsense is going to happen. So eventually somebody actually asked if they could be a monitor. It's kind of funny that that would happen and then this would happen. But, you know, I'm not ready for monitors yet. I feel like I have enough to be able to handle it, maybe down the line. But, you know, those people that are in my chats and always on my lives are going to be the first people I turn to monitor. So that's just something to keep in mind. But I'm not ready to jump on monitoring yet. But, man, I will tell you what, to hate so quickly is and I just don't get it, man. Maybe you guys can help me out in the chat with the trolls. 6 likes away. Look at it right there. See that 44? The goal was 50. 6 likes away. Help me reach that if you haven't done it. If you're one of the people on here that has not done it, move that number, please. So, anyways, the trollers, the haters, I don't get it. But you said yes, you can be a monitor of your channel. Well, no doubt. Eventually, I got to get into that. And Black, I'm going to ignore the haters because you know what? I'm here to help people, and people need help. And so, you know, it just is what it is. And I can now officially see that my girl Caroline is from a wrestling family. She's talking about punching people in the throat, and only somebody from a wrestling family would want to punch somebody in the throat. That is for sure. So, anyways, yeah, you know, what's sad is you're right. Some adults do absolutely need attention in any way they possibly can, and it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but they do it, and they are going to do it. So, you know, we're just going to have to let them roll. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to probably be changing locations here in 1 second. So, you got to go, Nicole. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the channel and the chat today. I appreciate you. Thank you for being one of my subscribers. Appreciate you, Nicole. You know, the hater's going to hate. You know, what's funny is I don't even know why. Like, what benefit do you get out of hating poor little C-Dub? But it's all good. You know, so drop some questions. I'm going to move. Hopefully it doesn't make you guys feel any, see that bald head? Make you guys feel any kind of way. But I'm going to roll this direction for a bit. And I appreciate it. Definitely throw down questions. It's going to get dark before it gets light. I apologize. Hitting the hallway. And I got to hit this TV off, which is going to be a little bit annoying as well. But I will get it done. And boom, I'm almost ready to roll. Let me turn on the light so I can get a little bit better lighting. I'm sorry for making everybody dizzy. I wanted to say that also I mentioned earlier that I have not started filming for this, the rest of, I got stuff going on Friday, and I have not filmed for Saturday and Sunday. So if you have a topic you want me to hit up, please feel free to drop that down below and let me know what it is you want me to do, because I would certainly love to have a couple of topics brought into my attention and whatnot. So now I am readjusted. Is that okay for everybody? All right. Sorry about that. I was taking up my wife's opportunity to get ready for sleep. I can't do that. So is that light behind me bothering you guys? Hopefully it's not. Let me know. So you got to go to bed. Hey, good night, Caroline. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the super chat tonight. You're wonderful. Definitely an amazing person. And again, if you haven't been there, head there, get to Caroline's channel and check her out. She's awesome. Guys, four likes away. 4 likes away. Have I ever done alternative day fasting with OMAD? one day of no eating, then the next day of eating, etc. Okay, good question, Omad Abby. Here's the thing. Yes and no. I have done several weeks of not eating on Monday, and I have not ate on Monday and Thursday, kind of more of a 5-2 with a Nomad. So I haven't gone day in and day out, day in and day out. But I have gone 5 days of OMAD, 2 days of fasting. I have done 6 days of OMAD, 1 day of fasting. I am all for it. I think that that kind of situation is. I'm trying to get that one glare. There we go. In that situation, I believe strongly that it's helpful to switch your OMAD that way if you want massive weight loss results. I definitely think it's something that you can use. It's a powerful way of doing it. It's obviously the hardest way. So I also don't think it's sustainable for like long term and definitely not in maintenance. So it's something you want to be able to do for a short term. Maybe if you're plateauing, you're like, okay, well, I'm plateauing. I'm going to hit alternate day OMAD. Go for it, and may be able to get you through your plateau there. I don't think the long term this can't even speak. You know how it is. I don't think it's good for the long term, but short term, I think it's going to be good. You said, what's wrong with how did he troll? I'm curious. Okay, so basically all that happened was he started writing homosexual derogatory words. And so when that happens on YouTube, if YouTube catches it, it asks me to approve it. And so it did that on a few of them, but he got a few through by spelling it with multiple letters and some tricky stuff he did around there. So he was just dropping some hate on homosexuality, and I don't know if he was trying to call me a homo. I don't know. Regardless, I'm not going to let him sit here. I got nothing against anybody trying to live their life. I'm not going to let him spam his hate in my chat. It's just not. I don't got time for it, man. You be you. I got your back. I don't care what gender or gender neutral you are. That dude can hate, and if he wants to say that I am, that's fine. He can think whatever he wants, And most likely, though, he literally had nothing to do with anything. He just jumped on there to spam that. He probably just wanted to be a jerk and create a reaction out of me and get me to freak out and get you guys to be upset, hurt somebody's feelings in here. It's just why, I don't know. Why does anybody do anything that they do, Especially when it comes to that kind of stuff. So hopefully that answers your question on the troll, Yeah, man, dude. Thanks, John. Thanks for telling people to hit that like button. We are 3 likes away from my goal tonight. So 3 likes. If you're on and you hadn't hit it yet, go hit it. Can magnesium help reduce your stress going into OMAD? I've never heard it reducing stress. But I don't think it's a bad thing to add a little bit into it. A lot of times, a lot of people, if you're morbidly obese, this is something else you guys got to consider. So if you're morbidly obese, your body's going to be able to pull nutrients out of your fat. So you're probably not as nutrient deficient as you would think doing OMAD. Maybe if you're in maintenance and you're eating too little, maybe if you have a particular diet that's cutting something out, you might also. But most likely, most of the time, you're not going to be as deficient as you think. But taking a multivitamin, can definitely help. The apple cider vinegar and the magnesium pills and the pink Himalaya salt, all that stuff can help. There's no doubt about it. 100% no doubt about it. So if that makes you feel comfortable, if it makes you feel better, do it. I never did, but that doesn't mean you can't. And I think it's going to be fine for you. Can you do a 16 and 8 one day and 18 6 the next, 24 next a day, and then repeat it 1,000% yes. 100%. There is no reason that you have to stick to one fasting protocol. Now, let me just say that I think when you can jump around a little bit, it can throw your body off a little bit and it can make it a little bit harder on you. I know some people yo-yo fast, they fall completely off. They get comfortable knowing I can do OMAD. I'm good at it. I can do 24 and 4, or I can do 20 and 4. I'll just get that going. So they get completely off for a few days and their weight goes way up. and they do these things, which just isn't good for your body. But let's say you were going to a wedding and then you wanted to go out with your wife afterwards. You hit a 16 and 8. And then the next day you had a lunch with a friend and you wanted to do dinner and you hit that. Then you wanted to have a long fast and do OMAD the next day. You absolutely could do it. You can match and combine in any which way you want. You can do 16 and 8 3 days a week. You can do OMAD 3 days a week, and you can do a 48-hour fast once a week. It's all going to be okay as long as you are not taking a calorie deficit without fasting. When you're eating all the time and you're in a deficit that's too large, that's a big problem. It's going to affect your metabolism, but switching your fasting protocols isn't necessarily going to affect your metabolism unless you're falling like, well, I'm going to fast for part of the week and then the other part of the week I'm going to eat a bunch of times but not a lot of calories, that kind of deal. That ain't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, there's a lot of terrible people. You're doing a good thing. Hey, thank you so much. I'm trying. I'm definitely here to help 100%. You smash that like button, man. I appreciate you, Black Snow, man. I appreciate you. Thanks for smashing that like button. If I get one more like, I got to my goal, man. So I'm hoping to hit that 50 so I can be like, I ain't got to talk about it no more. But, that is something that can help. And then you said, is your body going to get confused by these patterns? Your body probably isn't going to get confused, but sometimes confusing your body can be a good thing. There's the 50th like. Whoever hit it, thank you. Drop me a comment. Let me know you hit it. The 50 number 50. But just so you know, I'm in the fasting club, and I know there's been a lot of people that will do fasting for a long period of time. Thank you, Tattoo Vegan. Yeah, I'm super proud. 50 likes on the live. That's amazing. I can't wait to hit the end button in a few and see how much watch time. You guys, we were up over 50 people in this live. It is absolutely awesome. We got more super chatting done in this chat than ever. This is the most successful live we've done on this channel, and I can't do it without you guys. So I appreciate every one of you turning up for me today and showing me the love. And to be honest with you, last week's wasn't as good as the previous two. And I was like, am I doing it too often? And I was starting to feel like maybe I shouldn't do a live every week. But this just reinforces that you guys want me here. And if you want me here, I'm going to be here. So I appreciate the love. But I want to make sure we get back to the topic here and say that sometimes in the fasting club, it's been mentioned by several people that so they'll do something strict like OMAD for like months and months, and they'll hit a plateau and they won't know what to do, and they'll switch to a 20 and 4 or 18 and 6 for a couple of days and eat the same amount of food, but they'll split their OMAD meal into two, and the scale will start moving again. So confusing your body sometimes is what your body needs to break out of its fast. So that's something that you need to consider too. It's not always black and white when it comes to what's going to help you lose weight. But ultimately, I think OMAD day in and day out will work, but you can switch it up if you have to. No doubt about it. Oh my God, dude. My man Zeb, thank you so much, dude. Guys, I love y'all, man. I can't say enough. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much, man. And by the way, if you haven't done so, also, this guy's got a channel. I can't get my thumb pointing at his super chat. There it is, right there. All right, sorry about that, Zeb, but he's got a YouTube channel, and this guy is crushing it, man. He's out there working hard to save his life, and he's doing a great job. I got his back. I hope you guys got his back. Head over there if you haven't done so. Check him out. He's losing weight every week. He's crushing it, man. Crushing it. Thank you so much again, brother. You know how much I appreciate you. Zeb doing it, man. At you too, John, and JC too. Look, nothing but love. Nothing but love. You guys are awesome, man. I appreciate it. And I don't know the super chat numbers right now, but even when I got the large super chat donated by Noah in the very first live, I think this one, I think we broke the likes. I think we broke the number of people that watched and the watch time that I'm going to get out of this live. And I think we broke the likes record for my lives on the first night. So again, every one of you, thank you. You guys are amazing. Makes me definitely know that we have a home on Wednesday night right here. We got a home. Much love to each one of you. So, okay, you tried to dry fast with OMAD today and failed, but you did it yesterday. Hey, look, dry fasting, did you fail in the eating or did you fail in the drinking? That's a big question there. I'd like to know the answer to that because I think if you failed on the drinking, that's okay. If you failed on the eating, we need to get drinking first and then, worry about the eating because, you failed on the eating. Yeah, that's the hard part. So if you're starting to get that hunger coming in, um, get off the dry fast, start drinking water. And then that may push the hunger back and you may be able to get to that OMAD easier. The dry fast isn't as important, I don't think, as getting the meal to one meal, so push that meal off, drink the water early. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is dry fasting, you don't have to dry fast for an entire day to get a lot of benefits. Dry fasting, people say that it's 3 times as fast as fasting. So 3 times the results. You speed it up triple. So if you start off your morning and you go on a dry fast, like let's say you ate your meal at 6 o'clock at night and you stopped drinking at the end of your meal. Let's just do this once a week, let's say. So 6 o'clock at night, by 6 in the morning, you're at 12 hours fasted and you slept most of that. That's huge, right? So that 12 hours fasted, because you dry fasted towards you're fasting. I should do a video on this, but you're fasted at 6 because you didn't drink until you went to bed. Not only are you not going to pee in the middle of the night and get better sleep, but you wake up in the morning, you're 12 hours dry fasted. And that's huge. You've probably kicked your body already into ketosis. And now you push it till like, let's say 9, so you got another 3 hours. So you went from 12 to 15. Okay, let's go to 10. So you did now you've done a 16-hour dry fast. Now you're not going to eat again until 5 o'clock that night, but you made it till 10. That 16-hour dry fast is really like doing a 36-hour fast or so. You've gotten some autophagy into that. You've gotten some great benefits to that fast. And now you can rehydrate by the time you get to OMAD because you still need to drink enough water to sustain your life by 6 o'clock the next night, especially if you're going to continue and dry fast again. Ramadan, those of you guys that have heard of that, they're not allowed to drink water when the sun's out. That's a 12-hour fast that they get, but it's really difficult because they're only allowed to drink at night. And I think that a lot of that time you're sleeping. So that makes it so hard. But if you can go through and you can hit your dry fast, oh my God, boss lady, you're amazing too. What man, my fasting fam, man. I love you guys, man. I love you guys. Thank you so much, boss lady. You are awesome. You're killing it, man. You guys are so wonderful. I want to finish this thought and then give boss lady a little more love. But when you are sleeping, if you incorporate the dry part into the sleep, not like in Ramadan, but you just stop eating after dinner and sleep through the night, that's a free dry fast because you suffered through what a lot of people go to bed at, like, let's say 10 o'clock. So you had a 4-hour itty bitty fast in the beginning of that. That's huge. So that's something to think about for dry fasting. I hope that answered your question. Boss lady, nothing but love for you. Thank you so much. I can't even, the words cannot express how much you guys mean to me and how much, I know that 2,724 when I started this streams subscribers is not a lot. I'm fully aware of that, but the subscribers that I have and the people that are in support of this channel, you guys are amazing and you're the backbone of this channel. And I'm telling you, one day when this thing grows to levels that we haven't quite imagined yet, and it's going to be awesome. And you guys will know that you are the OG weight loss warriors. You guys are it right now. You guys are the ones that make this thing go round. I appreciate y'all. 20-hour dry fast is amazing. Look, 20 hours is just 20-hour dry fast is unbelievably awesome. Unbelievably awesome. So, and a lot of people don't support dry fasts at all because, again, one disclaimer on dry fast, the more, we're made of water. So as you cruise through the dry fast, The longer you go without water, obviously the closer you are to death. So you got to be careful with that. But doing them once in a while is certainly good, and adding it into your night routine to make it easier is certainly good too. Bingo starts in 5 minutes. Will you go play some bingo, girl? Miss Smith, thank you so much, you guys. Miss Smith's amazing singer. Check her channel out. She's trying to lose some weight. She's gonna go play herself some bingo, win some bread. Bingo's some fun stuff. I played bingo with the in-laws, not for money, but prizes the other week. It was a lot of fun. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for saying you enjoyed my videos. I'm gonna keep them coming for you. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I got one Friday. I'll have one Saturday, and I'll have one Monday. So, and again, if there's a topic you guys want, let me know, because I haven't filmed but one of them. So I do have some filming to do. But thank you. Appreciate it. Call you boss lady. You guys are a trip, man. I'll tell you what. You're trying. Okay. You had a dog named Boss Lady. Boss Lady, come here now. Sit, Boss Lady. Oh, that's awesome, man. Dogs are amazing. I had a dog that passed away probably 6 months ago, and I don't think I can have another dog. She was perfect. So it's very difficult when you have a perfect dog. She never barked. You guys can believe that. My dog, lived for, I don't know, 14 years. Amazing dog. Amazing dog. Are you in ketosis? I am not in ketosis right this minute. No, sir. I ate early today, 4:30. I'll be in ketosis probably tomorrow, 10 in the morning or so. It takes time, especially because I did eat rice today. So rice always is going to push that ketosis spot back a little bit. But I do run my body on body fat most of the time. So, hey, it is what it is, man. So no, not in ketosis now. I have tested. I used to do the strips. And I used to, when I first got into OMAD, I was like, I'm not even eating dinner until I'm in ketosis, so I was really into it. But I could pretty much always get into ketosis before dinner the next day. And I still have the strips, but I haven't tested in forever because now I'm in maintenance. It doesn't really, it's not as big a deal. And I am having bingo in the super chat, man. The super chat love has turned up tonight. I can't wait to get a running total. I'll tell you what, I'll try to pin a comment and see how much we raised tonight, because you guys are just fantastic. No doubt about it. All right. See you guys in your next vlog, Miss Smith. Appreciate you. You had rice too. Yeah. Yeah. Love rice, man. Love rice. I had rice and chicken tonight. I did not take a picture of tonight's meal, but it was rice and chicken. Kind of boring. I have it a lot. And that's just the way that it is, with us people that eat carbs. We're the redheaded stepchildren of intermittent fasting. But hey, I'll take it. I think carbs are fine, and I think people that push against it aren't necessarily looking at the whole thing, man, especially when you're talking about vegetables. Come on, man. Telling people not to eat vegetables is a little bit ridiculous. But anyways, guys, if you got some questions, throw them up over there. I got through all the main questions today. I want to circle back for a half a second and talk to you guys a little bit about, we were talking on the last, staying with me. I appreciate you. We were talking on the last live a little bit about like the medical industry and what Dr. Fong was saying. And I was watching that back, and I did say a few things. Like I said, that just some medicines you may be overrated and whatever else. I want to make sure you guys understand that I think that most doctors are coming from a good place. I don't think most of them are out for just money. They're out to help people, but the way our system is set up, it's not quite set up to where they are unbiased and always making the right decision for you. And so you got to do a lot of research on your own. Just to let you guys know too, I've activated a few different things to make sure that I get notified if new studies are done. So it seems like people like covering studies. So I don't want to cover a study from 2004. I don't want to cover a study that's not relevant. And I'm trying not to cover studies based on rats, although I think that it's something we need to talk about is that the main intermittent fasting studies are done on rats. And people want to discredit that because we're people, but I don't think it should be discredited. And I want to take a half a second to say this, that it has been proven. I want you guys to wrap your mind around this. Wrap your mind around this. It has been proven that if we reduce our calories by 30%, not humans, but every organism that's on the planet that has ever been tested, from yeast all the way to dogs, to rats, to everything, fish, it does not matter, even flies. They've tested it on almost every animal known to man, and every one of them with a 30% reduced caloric intake and a time restricted eating pattern live longer than their counterparts. They have less disease and less problems on every living organism on the planet Earth. The only thing they're not tested is human beings. They've never tested human beings. And a lot of that is profit based and the thought process that not eating is unhealthy. Although we can prove that not eating is healthy across the board in every organism out there, we're scared to do it with humans. So we can discredit that and say, well, it's never been tested on humans. Or we can use common sense and say, you know what? It has never been tested in humans, but if it works for everything else on planet Earth, why are we better or different? Why do we need more than they need? And that's something that I think we all need to hop on. Let me check out what Robin had to say. Boss Lady, carbs in moderation are delicious. Absolutely. But Robin, real quick, said, how far into your journey did you start doing the Monday and Thursday dry fast? Okay, Robin's obviously somebody that pays attention to my channel. Robin, thank you so much. I did fast Mondays and I did fast Thursdays. I started in March, and I remember I wasn't doing it through that whole summer into the school year. I had a plateau in September. I want to say I started in September, maybe October, because that's when my weight started to lose again. So the whole month of September, I didn't lose any weight. It was the worst month of my weight loss journey. So I'm going to guess that I started in October. So March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 7 months in. I was 7 months in when I started fasting on Mondays and dry fasting on Thursdays. So we Muslims try to dry fast for once a month a year. Sunrise and sunset. Yeah, I talked about Ramadan a second ago. And just to let you know, because I coached a guy that was Muslim, and his family and I were really close. And he has some cousins and stuff that went to my school, and a couple of them do jujitsu with my kids now. And I talked to their whole family. And I think next year's Ramadan, I'm going to participate, even though I'm not Muslim. I didn't want to be disrespectful to Muslims. But I also felt like it was something that I wanted to experience. So, and they all said that they would be honored if I participated in the Ramadan. So I think I'm going to do Ramadan during that time of year, just to, feel what they feel, understand a little bit more, because to me, one of the fascinating things is that fasting is very historic and very religious. It's been around forever, and history just does it. And all these different cultures do it in so many different ways and for so many different reasons. Kind of want to get in touch with why they did it and feel the way they feel, going through it. So it's something that I'll do. I'll do a video on it. I'm just probably briefly that I'm going to start it, and then I'll do a summary of how it went for me. Maybe I'll vlog that summary, day to day, and I'll put it together. But I do think that Ramadan's interesting, and I want to know more about it. And I want to know how it feels to go through it. So I will be participating this year. I'm not exactly sure. You can tell me when it starts. Sometime in the spring, I think, but I will be more than happy to try it. No doubt about it. If all the Muslims will accept me. So, your OMAD today was 3 chicken legs, 3 eggs, a coffee, heavy cream, dark chocolate for dessert. Sounds good to me. Man, I'm going to try to keep motivating you. No doubt about it, Laura. I appreciate you finding motivation in me and being a part of the Weight Loss Warrior family. We appreciate you, no doubt about it. Can you bring donuts to the chat next time? If you will. Hey, look, what we should do is we should we should do a live stream with me eating donuts till I get sick. How about that? That'll be my one meal. I'll bring them out here Wednesday and I'll just shovel donuts in my face until I get sick and have to get off. I won't eat for the day before, the day after, but that would be funny. The C-Dub mukbang. Let's see if I can get 10,000 calories in donuts. Nah, that would be interesting. For every 10 donuts, you guys got a super chat though. I'm just playing. That'd be good though, man. Good, entertaining fun. I actually, real quick, funny story. I had a kid that was in school suspension. And, I was telling him about a YouTube channel. He's a senior last year, and he had been with me a lot as a freshman, but hadn't been in trouble for the next couple of years. And for some reason, he did something stupid, like left school and didn't sign out, and he had to spend a day with me. And when he was back there, he was like asking questions about my YouTube channel, and he was so interested, and I was showing him. And this is back before I had, like a couple hundred subscribers, and he's like, oh man, So every once in a while, he'll show up in my chat and just say, hey, coach, whatever, a comment on a video. So over the summer, he comments, hey, my channel, I started a channel. You motivated me. My channel is the opposite of yours. So I clicked on his. And this little knucklehead has a YouTube channel where he eats. That's what he does. And he goes live and he eats. And this dude will eat like 300 donuts. I'm like, he's like, my channel is the opposite of yours. It's the most unhealthy channel. But I think he's growing too, man. I think his numbers are starting to improve. And this dude eats like 10,000 calories in a sitting. He weighs like 50 pounds, man. He's skinny. I told him, I said, good thing he found my channel because he's going to need my channel if he keeps doing his channel. Because at some point, it's going to catch up to him. It's nice to be young, though, and eat anything you want, right? And then have people watch you eat anything you want. That's just amazing. So, all right. Sorry, I know that got funny for a second. I'll get back on track. All right. Donuts. Yeah, I mean, everybody's got to love donuts. Donuts, carbs, sugar, and fat. Yeah, definitely. Do you think insulin resistance is a big factor in slowing down the progress when you first start fasting? I think insulin resistance is one of the several problems that make us morbidly obese, if that's what you mean. So what do I mean when I say that? I think that what happens is your hormones shift as you get older, and we're forced to eat all these times. So our insulin starts to get whacked. And once our insulin gets whacked, it's downhill, because once your insulin gets to a point where it's not working correctly, then your ghrelin and your leptin are going to go. And your ghrelin and your leptin go. Now you're eating more because you're feeling hungry and you don't know when you're full. And I think that all of that begins to snowball. So if you think about it in relative terms to what I'm doing on YouTube, right? So in January of last year, I started my channel. Less than a year into my weight loss journey, was approaching a year. And I had already lost over 100 pounds when I started my channel. And I didn't have any subscribers. And so I grinded, and it grows. And every day you guys can watch that subscriber count grow bigger, but it doesn't grow at the same rate. In the beginning, it took me months and months and months to get to 100. And I remember doing a video about 100 and being so excited. Then I got to 500 so much faster. And I got to 1,000 faster than that. But from 0 to 1,000 took forever. From 1,000 to 2,000 hardly took any time. And 2,000 is approaching 3,000 has been nothing. So the channel grows so much faster. The more videos I have that are out there that are creating new people to see it. And then the more subscribers I get, the more credibility people that see my name click on it. And so it becomes this big snowball, right? That's how YouTube works. That's how you grow to be big, right? And when you grow a slow grow, same thing reversed for insulin. So once that insulin gets going and your ghrelin and your leptin get going, you go from being 5 pounds off to 10 pounds off. That creates you to 20 pounds off. That makes you 40 pounds off. And it just keeps going. And if you don't know that there's this insulin resistance thing, and you don't know that there is a hormone called leptin and a hormone called ghrelin, and you don't have control of any of those things, you then get in your own head and you start to feel like a failure. And you start to feel like you are
a loser and that you can't do right and that, you fail and you might get some things right in life, but you can't get your eating right. And you get into your own psyche. And once you've entered your own psyche, it only makes you eat more. And now you're just in this vicious downward spiral where there's no hope. So 100%, I think insulin resistance is the beginning to your giant issues in the world of obesity. With that said, it goes the other way too. So once you hit the brakes and you start fasting and that fixes your insulin, it does not take long to fix your insulin fasting. Somebody in their journey, like using OMAD, Carolyn as an example from earlier today, has already fixed it. Her leptin, her ghrelin, all that stuff is being fixed. It's all probably better. And she's only a few months in. That snowball starts going the other way and it starts building momentum the other way. And little weight, comes off and comes off and comes off. And it doesn't mean more weight comes off, but every pound that comes off, the hormones get back on track better. And you start rolling and rolling. And then you start feeling better. And then exercise comes in. And then being able to correct other things comes in. And all of a sudden, one day you wake up and you're fixed. You're a different person. So insulin resistance is the beginning. I think it fixes it in time. I appreciate you letting me know that Ramadan's mid-April. Like I said, you tell me if you think it's offensive, but I think that I'd like to try Ramadan with the Muslim people because I think, I think it's a cool thing and I want to know more about it and I want to feel what they feel and catch some of those health benefits of hitting a little bit of, dry fast in there too. So, it wouldn't come from a religious angle. It would come from more of a learning angle, but hopefully that doesn't upset anybody. C-Dub, did you find that you were not able to eat as much food as you were now that you're fat adapted? Okay, Lisa, this is the way that my appetite worked. When I was first doing OMAD, I would sit down and gorge myself to death. I would eat until I was sick, and I felt like nothing would stop that. I felt that would be the way it was going to be forever. But I think that it stopped over time. And now I eat much, much, much less than I did then. I get filled up so much quicker. And then, I told you guys earlier on the video, I don't know if some of you were here in the beginning, but today was the most stressful day I've had in my job in the 7 years I've been there. We have a lot of young people that are broken in my school right now. And I can't fix everybody. And knowing that I can't fix everybody really hurts my soul because I feel like I was put on the planet to help people. And so, which is why this YouTube channel exists, but it's also why I chose the job I chose. So helping people in a different way, but helping them. And it's why I coach. If you notice, the three major things in my life are all helping people. And so, but when somebody is so broken and you don't know how to fix them, with you guys, I got the answers or a lot of the answers. I don't have all the answers for some of the young people that are broken in the world today. So that increases your stress. And the reason I bring that up is because I was stressed coming home. And when you're stressed, you know what you end up doing? You end up turning to food. And I didn't turn to food. But when I sat down for dinner, I ended up eating. And I was the only one in my family that actually wanted rice. I mentioned that I had some rice. So I fixed myself rice and I offered up rice. I fixed a little more than I should eat because my younger son is the kind of kid that says he doesn't want something. And then 20 minutes later, he wants it. So I sat down and I said, here's some rice. Do you want some rice? Made him a little bowl. He says, no, I don't want any rice. Are you sure? He says, no, I don't want any rice. Positive. Yes, I don't want any rice. So I ate my rice. Now I ate the portion that I cooked for him too. And then he looks over at me and says, can I have some rice? And so I'm like, oh. So I went and fixed him some rice then. But I overate the rice and I felt it. I was sitting in jujitsu and I was like, oh God, you ate too much. But I also know that the stress from the day probably got my hormones a little off and it made me overeat. So it still happens to me. So now am I going to gain 10 pounds? No, I'm not going to gain 10 pounds. Do I might need to be smarter tomorrow? Yes. I got a half a day Friday, so that's going to be a less stressful day. That helps. And then this chat right here, the love you guys have showed me tonight helps. 58 likes. the money we made on the super chat, that stuff, man, just shows me the love, the fact that there's still 37 of you hanging in there an hour and 44 minutes in, and we peaked well over 50. The love you guys have given me tonight is just huge. So knowing that those two things, or knowing that all that's there, my day tomorrow will be an easier day to get through. I'll maybe eat a little less than I did today, and I'll make up for the fact that I overdid it a little bit today. But I think we still can't overdo it. And I think that, but I am eating much less. And what I ate tonight pales in comparison to what I would have eaten when I first started OMAD. I would have eaten so much more food. So I do think that it matters. And with the fat adapted part, I do think that you can switch back and forth pretty easily. And I'm going to be okay with it. And so I think most of us went astray. I think a lot of you, if you look back at days that you failed on OMAD when you're trying to do OMAD, or you're going on a longer fast and you're failing, I think if you trace it back and you look at your day, you're going to have something stressful happen in that day. Harder to deal with stress. It makes you hungry. And as an obese person, a lot of times we turn to food instead of turning to fixing our problems. And I'm a victim of that. And I know a lot of you have been too. And it's something I've broken. Now, when I have a problem, I face it up. I look at that problem and I get after it. But in the beginning, it wasn't that way. So I think that a lot of you go through that same thing. So stress is definitely something you can, that can throw you off. No doubt about it. Your weakness is Pop-Tarts. I'm going to tell you what, Black Snow Films, listen to me, brother. Have them with your meal. Just have a Pop-Tart, just one, you know what I'm saying? And in that way, you'll feel better about it. Just eat it at the end of the meal, because if you crush a Pop-Tart at the beginning, you may want another one, and then you're not eating the good quality food you fixed. I mean, obviously Pop-Tarts are terrible for you, but one of them isn't going to kill you, especially if you can go one for a while and then one every other day and then one a week until you can kind of break that habit. And then the other thing I would say is, if you did hit maybe a 48-hour, 72-hour fast, you may find that you don't want a Pop-Tart anymore. So those are some ideas to help you out with that. So you're glad you're not the only one. Yeah. Your weakness is everything. Miss Smith, oh my God, you're hurting my soul. You are hurting my actual soul. But I feel you. I feel you, man. There's some good food out there, man. There's some good food out there. No doubt about it, And it is the way it is. Nothing offends. We will do it together. I'm looking forward to it, man. And one thing I can do too, maybe you would do an interview with me leading up to Ramadan and kind of give me the ins and outs of what I need to do, and I could post it on the channel so I could let my viewers know what it is, and actually have somebody from the Muslim faith talk about it and talk about why it's important. So, the viewers can kind of see, that side of it, and I can kind of see what I'm going to put myself through. And I'm going to encourage the people on the channel to join us. I think the more people that are experiencing it, even if they do a week of Ramadan and not the whole month, I think it'll be beneficial for them to feel what another culture is going through when it comes to fasting, because obviously fasting is something that is amazing, and the Muslim people have been doing it forever. So, and the Christians do it too. It's just in today's Christian world, it isn't as prevalent as it was 100 years ago. But if you go back in Christianity, they fasted a lot too, So Pop-Tarts and donuts. Pop-Tarts and donuts. That's it, man. I got to have a Pop-Tart donut mukbang. Is that what they call it? Mukbang on this channel. We got to go live, man. Pop-Tart mukbang. I'll tell you what, on the next live, if we get 1,000 likes, I will do a Pop-Tart mukbang right here on the channel. 10,000 calories. That'd be good stuff. Thank you. You're too truly stressed out either. However, you can eat how do you used to. Yeah, no, I think stress eating is something that almost every one of us. I mean, look, show her some love in the comments if you're stressed, if you eat because you're stressed too, because I know I'm not the only one. I know she's not the only one. I know a lot of us do it. Maybe not all of us, but a lot of us do it. But we got to be able to face that. And OMAD will help us face that problem. OMAD will let us stare it up and get at it. So I think it'll help out. Okay. Where can you join the alternate of prolonged fasting. What do you mean by join it? You know, are you talking about the YouTube channel? It's a healthy alternative. Is the guy that does the prolonged fasting. His name is It's a healthy alternative. His name is Chris. And he, you know, if you find the channel, you can find my interview. But it's a healthy alternative. Good dude, man, no doubt about it. What's a Pop Tart? Pop Tart is like, the best way to describe it is, it's a little square and it's got a filling of some sort, and they have fillings from strawberry on through any blueberry, whatever, raspberry. And the outside is like kind of a bread, but a hard bread, like, and then they've got icing on top of that. So you're really talking about like something that's not the healthiest situation, but you know, it is what it is. And obviously the Weight Loss Warrior Nation are some Pop-Tart eaters. So yeah, it's not the best food, but you know, that's kind of what it is, to give you an idea. Also, did I ever have a problem with electrolytes? No, I didn't. I never really got headaches. I never really got those issues. I do remember maybe once or twice. And when I went on my 72-hour fast, I started to feel it towards the end. I started to get a little bit of a headache, but I knew I was breaking the fast, so I didn't really worry about it. But I do think if you're getting headaches, electrolytes should be the first place you turn to make sure you're getting that good. Also, when I go on long-term fast, a lot of times I get Smart Water, which have more electrolytes, and they don't have any calories. It's basically water, but they have some added electrolytes to it. So that might be something. It's called Smart Water. You can look up that, and that might be able to help you out without having to add anything to it, make any kind of fancy contraction out of that. That would be cool. Yeah, it's pastry is the word I was looking for, with fruit, but it has icing on it too. You know, so it's a little bit, you know, a little bit not good, but hey, you know, yeah, I hear you, Tattoo Vegan. I really do, man. Stress eaters, it's just, you know, it's just the way it is, you know. And unfortunately, again, this year, I'm telling you what, man, if I make it till July, you guys throw me a party. We'll have a live and we can all party, man, because it I got a group of broken kids, man, and that's very sad. Hurts my puts a hole in my heart. So, you know, but it is what it is. I'll get through it. And just to let you guys know too how things are going down the line, I'm a wrestling coach, and so the second week in November, wrestling season starts. So then I'm working. Somebody asked me this. Let me put it to you this way. I was asked by somebody why I'm not working out more often. And they said that I needed, you know, in their opinion, I kind of needed to be in the weight room more often. I needed to do more exercise than just walking. First of all, I think exercising is something that is a personal choice. So if you're into it, cool. If you're not, you're not. But this time of year is awful for me. I get up at 6 a.m. I go for a walk for probably 45 minutes. Then I go to work. I'm at work by 7. I stay at work until 2:20 every day. And then there's traffic. So I really don't get out of the building till about 3:00. So that's my regular work day, right? Now that it's wrestling season, I still got to get up at 6, go my 45-minute walk. Then after work at 2:30, I start wrestling practice, which doesn't end until 5. And then I go home and eat, take my kids to jujitsu, which I don't get home until 7. So it's really a 12 to 13-hour work day where I'm just moving until 7:00 at night. And I still have to film. I still have to edit. I still have to post. I still have to comment. I still have to catch up on everybody else's YouTube. So I have all of that going on. And then on a Wednesday nights, I have matches. So I'm getting up at 6 a.m. I'm not getting home until 10:00 at night, which is going to be a problem for these live chats too, by the way. We're going to have to move them to Thursday or Tuesday or Saturday or Friday or whatever. Well, I'll throw a poll up, but most of my matches are Wednesdays. There are an occasional Tuesday, so I can always do it on the Wednesday that it's the Tuesday, but you guys get the point. And then Saturdays, some Fridays I wrestle again until 10:00 at night. And Saturday, I wrestle just about every Saturday. And those Saturday days, I'm getting up at like 5 a.m. and I'm not getting home until like 11:00 at night. So wrestling is a brutal sport. It's going to take up all of my free time. I'm barely going to be able to hang on with YouTube, but I'm going to hang on because you guys are important to me. They got no time for exercise. I'm going to be walking at practice. I'm going to be yelling at kids. I'm going to do push-ups with kids, but hitting weight room just ain't going to happen. Now, then February ends and March starts. I got a whole new fresh start. Normally I take a week to decompress, but maybe I'll start lifting weights then. But I'm super excited because March is going to hit here. That'll be 2 years of OMAD, guys. 2 years of OMAD. That's going to be a big celebration. And then we're starting to get close to summer, which is the end of the school year, less stress. More importantly, we're also hitting that trip to Vegas. And that trip to Vegas is going to be amazing. I'm going to be doing a sit down with Reg Edited collaboration. It's going to be awesome. Maybe I'll vlog a lot of that Vegas trip. I'm really looking forward to it. I know you guys would love to see what I eat on vacation for, a whole 7 days. So that'll be cool. All right, let me go back. You heard things about avocados. Avocados are tremendous superfoods. Weight loss warriors, meet and greet. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I would love to be able to do that. Actually, if the channel ever gets large enough to where I feel like people would show up for one, I would love to do meet and greets. No doubt about it. It would be fun, but we'd have to get a big enough channel. No doubt about it. You know what I really would love to, though, is to have a fasting place, a retreat, a fasting retreat for like all the YouTube fasting people. Go to one place and people come from all over the world and we stay like a weekend and we have like a conference and you can maybe have people like Dr. Fong talk and maybe some other YouTubers get up there and talk. I think it would be amazing to get all the people that are pro intermittent fasting in one place at one time. That would be cool. All right, let me go back up and then get back down here. C-Dub doing challenges for likes. Yes, I will. I'll do it. I'll sell my soul for 1,000 likes. I'm just kidding. But hey. Okay. The sign of the first letter of the person's name you want highlighted, then choose their name. Oh, okay. You guys are hooking people up. You always wanted to try wrestling or BJJ, but probably when I'm a bit smaller. Listen, Zeb, couple things. One thing, do BJJ. Both my kids do BJJ. Both my kids love BJJ. Their coaches are the sweetest, nicest people in the world. Wrestling is brutal. Wrestling is tough. I love wrestling. It's in your face. It's beating the crap out of each other. It's hard. It's grinding. It's grueling. It's tough. It's nasty. I coach it. My kids hate it. They don't like the exercising, the push-ups, the sit-ups, the intensity, the screaming, the hollering, the beating each other up. They're not for any of it. I put them in BJJ and they love it. Why? Because BJJ is relaxed. It's nice. It keeps it a little bit slower pace. And realistically speaking, if you ever had to defend yourself, BJJ will teach you what it needs to do. I think you need to go take BJJ. And I think if you're feeling better, start today. Find a local person. Yes, you're overweight now. They will work with you. They will help you get the weight off. They will get you going. BJJ, I recommend Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu more than I could ever tell anybody. So much so that I have 3 knee replacements and I'm thinking about taking it. I am a yellow belt from the 90s in BJJ. But, I haven't done it in forever. But my kids love it. My wife was even thinking about taking a BJJ class. It's really fun. And most of the coaches are really good, solid people. All right, let's see. So you can't see the person you choose to see. Okay. Avocados. A lot of people avocado fans. I can't stand avocados, to be honest with you, but I put them in smoothies that I make because 1, it makes it thicker, and 2, I don't have to directly taste them. But my wife loves avocados. Our house is full of avocados. So, and a lot of people love them. A lot of people think avocados are the super fruit too. Your husband was a wrestler as a teen, man. Linda, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You married well. The wrestling people's out there, man. Wrestling is just an amazing sport. Do a reaction wrestling videos on wrestling. Hey, man, I actually thought about starting a wrestling YouTube channel. I mean, look, you guys want to know the thing. I won't keep you guys too much longer, but you want to know the facts. Wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, fasting, helping people, and Pokemon. That's me, man. You want to sum me up? That's me. And the New York Football Giants too, sort of. But, I'm not as much into football as I used to be. But too many penalties. It's not enough fun these days. But it is it is an amazing thing. So, you know, wrestling reaction videos. I thought about doing a wrestling YouTube. I have a friend that's an All-American. I thought about doing one with him, but I'm really busy now. I may give coaching up in a little bit. I may, if this channel ever got huge, it'd be so nice to be able to give up maybe a little, you know, a little bit of some other things and maybe start a second channel. But 2 channels is a lot of work. You know, 1 channel is a lot of work. 2 channels is a whole lot of work. So do you know the Gracie family? You don't know if you know basically, you know, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, lots of Gracie schools here in Hawaii. Yeah, absolutely. How close are you? Look up BJ Penn too. BJ Penn lives in Hawaii. I don't know where, but BJ Penn is one of the greatest Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioners of all time. And he might even be close to you. So BJ Penn is amazing. So check it out. See if you can get into one of BJ's classes. If you can train with BJ Penn, I'm telling you what, I think here's something that I'll just give you guys a little bit of advice. I see the numbers are dropping. Everybody's 2 hours in. People are ready to go. But look, BJ Penn, I mean, doing BJJ, if you get into it, I think you'll fall in love with it, Zeb. And I think doing the physical activity will help you in your weight loss journey. I think it'll give you a place to put a hold in your fitness that helps with your nutrition and your new lifestyle. And I think it will all work together in a beautiful picture if you give it a shot. And I would love to watch you vlog it. You know, going to BJJ practice and learning it as an overweight person that's losing weight. And I think it would be amazing. And I think your BJJ coaches would love helping you. I really do. All right, guys. Yeah, Black, you're not the only one getting off here. Black Snow. I am too, guys. I appreciate all of you. Look, we got up to 60 likes, peaked at 50 people. You guys did an amazing job. Kept me on here 2 hours. I love it. I was thinking we'd probably be on an hour, but I'm not going to get off as long as our chat's rolling like it was rolling. Each and every one of you, you mean the world to me. Again, I want to thank everybody that super chatted. You guys are awesome and amazing. I appreciate every single one of you for supporting me. I'm going to do everything I can to support you. Again, if you got video ideas, drop them when this thing loads in 30 minutes. Drop them in the morning. Let me know some video ideas so that I can start recording some videos this weekend. I appreciate all you guys. Love you. I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace, fellas, ladies, gentlemen. Good night.